fruit infusions. Water bottle with diamonds in the design pattern. Pretty cool. So I'm going to do a little bit of Countryman. Sent me a link for a video. Oh, thanks a lot. You know, keep me up past midnight. No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. Totally my fault. I misjudged my time. I wasn't watching it like I should have been. And I'm past the... I mean, I'm kidding you not. If it's 1 minute past midnight, it ain't gonna work. So I blew it, but I'll get to bed pretty quick. All right. So, make a mess for somebody to clean up, huh? Oh yeah. So anyway, Oppenheimer Ranch project. See the nice little diamonds. All right. Sorry. Playtime. Jerry, you're just like a little kid. Okay. Okay, so Oppenheimer Ranch project. Adapt 2030. It's another good channel. And these are specifically on GSM, Grand Solar Minimum. That means that we're going into a mini ice age, apparently. Bizarre weather, which I'm gonna, that's what this video is about. This is from his video. That's all his tabs are open across the top. Hopefully one of the videos I left a screenshot of the title of it, but just go to his channel, Oppenheimer Ranch Project. And he goes by the name of Diamond. And he goes, boom, boom. Anyway, as emphasis. And I have a friend that hates that, Steven, down in Arkansas. He will not listen to him because he does that. I'm like, well, does that mean I have to stop doing it too? I started doing it because of him. Anyway, Adapt 2030. And of course, GSM, the name Grand Solar Minimum. There's a channel by that title also. That's a good one. And then, sorry. And then another one is Ice Age Farmer. Now, kind of the same thing I point out with like the Michael Bunkers of the world, the Cody Crones, Rick Austins, all the other people associated with the Beyond Off-Grid documentary video. Now the director, producer and director, he did good. He be living here. I can drive over and see him in a couple hours. They moved here to the Ozark Plateau. They packed up their whole church. They sold the whole church building in Fort Worth and moved here, about 400 or 500 acres, and ended up with about 4 families gelling and holding the property. So, but a lot of the other guys, you know, they're out there. Now, Ice Age Farmer, he is, wherever he is, he's planning or looking for land here in the Ozark Plateau in Missouri. And I wrote him and he wrote me back, and I never heard back from him. I'm hoping he's just busy trying to find land. So he's wanting to make the jump here. That's good. Oppenheimer, though, Diamond, Oppenheimer Ranch Project, he's in New Mexico. And it's like, oh my gosh, could you figure there's worse places to live, but, you know, and you want to build a sustainable community, a sustainable farm. Not ever going to happen. Not sustainable because the terrain and the location is not sustainable. So, and of course I went before, and if I had the time I would have pulled it up, but if you overlay all of the maps, the volcano, the straight line wind, the high damage winds, the Armageddon line across the middle of the United States, you overlay all those maps, there's one single solitary little green, tiny little green sliver from, basically from the Ozark Plateau out to the coast. So pretty awesome. Alrighty, so anyway, that's, these are just, you know, this is his video, so I'm just going to blaze through it. Just a lot of the bizarre things happening. Now, here's an interesting thing. It's freezing in Africa. Minnesota You know, they achieve 40 below zero. You can go camping and have fun at 40 below in Minnesota. Well, right now, 100-degree day. And then a storm that followed, hail and uprooted trees reported Monday as storms roll through parts of Minnesota. Pretty weird. Several tornadoes reported in Colorado, Morgan, Weldon, and Washington counties. Those are where my family's from. Washington County, Akron. Well, Fort Morgan is where we held the family reunion because it's kind of between Denver and the farms. So about halfway between both of them. 9 News, yeah. Ellicott City, no words to describe the devastation after Ellicott City flooding in Maryland. There's a car upended on its nose, for crying out loud. Must have been a lot of force and some upheaval there. Oh, and this is in 2018. They had a storm this bad, same place, 2 years ago, 2016. They called the storm in 2016 not a 100-year flood, but a 1,000-year flood. Like every 1,000 years you have a flood this bad. Okay, so another 1,000 years? No, 2 years later, they have another flood worse than that one. So, pretty weird. This is in Africa, as far as I know. Pooch there is waiting for the snow. More snow, I guess. As the chilly weather hits the border and northeast, the Bureau of Meteorology, alpine regions of Victoria, and wet, cold weather for the rest of the region. Mount Hotham, Falls Creek. Pretty sure it's Africa, but I'm not positive. Oh, AU, Australia. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. So, Border Collie, where else would you have an Australian Shepherd than Australia? That obviously told you where it was at. All right, violent thunderstorm produced more than 400,000 lightning strikes in 48 hours. Can you say light show? Divine fireworks? Tourists evacuated as Guguza battered by hailstorm. This is South Africa. So, unprecedented hailstorm hits French winemakers, causing widespread destruction. Yeah, poor alcoholics out there grieving. So, and then at the end of it, I'd say go to his video. This is, I think, his latest video yesterday. Oppenheimer Ranch Project. OPPENHEIMER Project. Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Okay. And then at the end of it, he says, if you want to know how to survive, you know, these are some good books to take a look at. He just says, get them. The Lost Ways, it's a book. Kind of like, it reminds me, I'm not sure this is what it is, if it's really similar, but the Firefox series, you know, those are good books to have because they tell you how to build old stuff, how they used to do this and how they used to do that. Root cellars and spring houses and how to build a smokehouse and all that kind of stuff. How to build a chicken coop. What was it in Mark Turner in Lights Out? Gunny gave him a set of Foxfire books, and they had to build a greenhouse, chicken coop, I think it was. And he got the plans out of the Firefox books. So this is a $22 deal, 85% off, $148, $22, 4 hard volume books and some digital stuff too. So, Wisdom of Generations, what will get you through the next crisis. You know, for $22, that's not a bad deal. There's some shipping there. And then I just wanted to include this as a food for thought. Franz de Waal. Franz de Waal. The enemy of science is not religion. The true enemy of science is the substitution of thought, reflection, and curiosity with dogma. Yeah. Yep. Think about that one. Are you capable of thinking? Are you capable of meditating, of reflection, of like, how does this work? Can that really work? And does this, you know, and curiosity. Are you curious? If your mind is completely shot through and controlled by dogma, the dogmatic approach to what the earth looks like, or what the nature of God, or anything, because it's going to apply to about anything. In fact, I don't remember where this was in, I pulled this out of Oppenheimer's, one of his viewers sent it in. So, yeah. So it doesn't have to, it's not about flat Earth. But it sure does apply to flat Earth. All right. So, the enemy of science is not religion. I like that. The true enemy is a substitution of thought, reflection, and curiosity with dogma. In other words, you're brainwashed. Your dogmatic approach to everything is what controls your thinking. And now this absolutely applies to, people like Ken Updegrove, who is the webmaster of arkhaven.org, where my map used to be and my writings used to be out there for people to find me. My phone number used to be out there and my email address. And then, of course, Ken knows that flat Earth is demonic and occultic and satanic, even though what he believes is totally controlled by the numeral 666. The curvature, the tilt of the Earth at 666, and the Earth traveling around the Sun at 66,666 miles an hour. Yeah. Tell me about it, Ken. Yeah, and your Apollo moon mission, which is the only thing that's ever in the history of mankind proved, that the Earth looked like a globe, but they had they were in low Earth orbit and they covered over part of the Earth, making it look round and faded and blurry. And listen to the BBC broadcast. It's out there, man. The BBC played it. It's the original tape and footage from the capsule as they conned everybody into thinking that they had taken a picture of the Earth from halfway to the moon. They were nowhere near halfway to the moon because they can't get outside the firmament. What a crock of horse manure. Covered that one. All right. That's about it. So, where are we at there? 12 minutes, yeah. Good enough, cream puff. Closing remarks. The ultimate ignorance is the rejection of something that you know nothing about, yet refuse to investigate. Hello. That's, most of the people that I've written back and forth with over the past 3 years on, globe versus flat Earth. Most people that believe in a globe are just ultimately the ultimate of ignorance, because they reject something that they know absolutely nothing about. They have refused to study it. They have refused to investigate it. And it comes under the heading of Proverbs 13, 16, 18, 13, 13, 18. For a man to, how does it go? Gosh. You gotta pause here. Let me read it. Yeah. All right. There you go. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. And I'm here to tell you the other translations, which are, just give a basically their translation, I would say commentary, make it very clear, KJV. Where did I find it? Oh, it's not under this thing. Yeah. I'm not going to bother with it then. He who gives answer before he hears, that is folly and shame unto him. Folly and shame. These are all like the same. Listen before you answer. If you do not listen, you are a silly fool. That's basically saying in the King James. Whoever answers before listening is foolish and shameful. You know, some of them get really good though. Most of these are about the same, but if you get online and look at that verse, you know, it's pretty fascinating. So anyway, don't be ignorant. Be open-minded, at least to the point of being willing to investigate and research, because like I said, it's not over by any means. It's going to get more and more critical and more powerful. We are seeing paradigm shifts, and I've been saying that for 20 years, that we will see paradigm shifts. We're seeing them in energy. We will see paradigm shifts in energy. We're going to see more. We're seeing them now. We're seeing more. We will transition into a Tesla-esque universe out of a Newtonian closed loop. You know, everything's breaking down. The third law of thermodynamics. Everything breaks down. There is no such thing as over unity. There's no such thing as free energy. Tomorrow, look up in the sky. You'll see the sun and the moon. They've been up there producing energy, producing light of their own. The light of the moon is different from the light of the sun. Take a temperature of something in the shade. Take a temperature of something in the direct moonlight, especially at a full moon. It will be colder than that in the shade. Guess what? If you take the temperature of something in the shade when the sun's out, it's colder in the shade. Totally opposite energies. So, all right, enough rambling. This is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, I feel sorry for you. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, this is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you're the Remnant. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, countryman. A little Oppenheimer wrench kick in the butt. Something that you all need to listen to, stop, follow, be aware of. I kid you not. I've told everybody to buy their auto socks. Do it now. Figure out what they are. If you don't know, go back and find my videos on it. Buy them for your car. I have a pair of 2 different kinds for my van. I'll probably buy more to fit different cars. They don't cost much now. You look at those wrecks there in Iowa, I-35, and there's another one, I don't know where it was, but I mean like a 100-car pileup. Just horrific accidents, people dying, cars getting destroyed. If everybody had auto socks, none of it would have happened. None of it would have happened. Maybe 1 or 2 might have gotten wrecked. But if anybody just put their auto socks on and drive a little bit slower and a little bit more intelligently, there wouldn't be any wrecks. But, whatever. Who listens to me? Only the wise people. All right. Get your auto socks now. Get them now while they're getting the good. Study grand solar minimum. Look at it. Seriously. It's that volcanoes are blowing everywhere. Hawaii's blowing. Cinnabung blowing. There's going to be more and more. It's going to darken. Weather's going to get bad. The sun is, the change in the electromagnetic shield of the Earth is changing. UV is changing. UV levels are changing. As the sky darkens more, you're going to have less sunlight. It's going to get colder. Blah, 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 blah. So these guys that are into this, Adapt 2030, crop failure. He's actually laughing about it because, he's been ignored for so long, and he's been saying this for so long, and now it's happening. John Casey's the guy that wrote books on it, Dark Winter and Upheaval. His latest book is Upheaval. Look into that. But, these guys have been predicting this for a long time, and now they're kind of, I don't like the, it's not cool that they're gloating, because they're gloating about millions upon millions of people dying, basically, is what they're looking at. But they're happy that they're justified in their research. Well, I'm justified in my research too, but I'm not jumping, dancing in an Irish jig because a lot of people are going to die. That sucks, But, like my granddaughter said, Tower of Siloam fell, good people and bad people both died. They were good people, Grandpa. They were just dumb people. So, don't be dumb people. Get out of the bad areas, get out of the coast, get away from the borders, get away from the cities, and, And come out here if you can, and if at all possible, get out here to the OzArk Plateau and help out. All right, see ya. Bye.